All right.
Hello and welcome. This is our 5D forum group, and usually we have these events, or not usually, we have these events every Friday at 3 p.m. New York, sorry, every Sunday, 3 p.m. New York time. We usually keep it private within the group, but this one we're going to put on the public YouTube because the topic is pretty relevant, pretty interesting, and pretty important to be addressed. So can I just give a really quick context, Jen, and then you're going to have to say quite a little bit in explanation. How can I start? About a month and a half ago, or maybe even 2 months ago, Jen was interviewed on a podcast channel called Jeff Mara. And Jeff, his name is Jeff Reynolds, but his podcast is called the Jeff Mara Podcast. And he's an amazing interviewer. He's doing amazing work. But his main topics are things like near-death experience, UFOs, various other sort of conspiracies, and but he deals with them in a very interesting way, and he's got very interesting guests. And anyway, about a month and a half ago, Jen was interviewed on the Jeff Mara podcast, and it was a pretty powerful interview. If you ever want to go back to it, it's interview number 501. So that just gives you a sense as to how many guests Jeff has on his podcast channel. And he's got a lot of really, interesting people that tell really interesting stories. Anyway, he does things that every Saturday, he does this open mic thing, a little bit like the way we do the Friday Night Live thing. And he had a dude on that was describing various experiences with alien beings. And we won't go into too much detail, but there was a real story behind it, and it was really interesting. And after we came back from that experience, we had the nudge that we need to address certain things. So do you want to take it from there?
So, so what was interesting is he was having experiences with different races in a very intrusive way. And so Marvin was asking me, do you have any experiences with these, with these visitations and stuff? And I said, no, they're afraid of me, because I've been like, I've been working with these kind of energies for so long. He goes, so has anybody ever visited you? I go, well, not to take from me, but when I was younger, they used to come and ask if they could learn from me. So I would host a whole room full of these beings, and I thought they were interested in the spiritual cult I was in. I didn't know they were there to learn from me. They were very respectful, and they taught me like I was someone to be respected. And they spent time with me, and then they left. And then at the same time, I would be in energy, I would be taken up into a spacecraft at night. It was a few nights, and it was covered with babies. And it was like, and it wasn't a dream, it was like real, but it was like I was there, and my job was to love all of these babies. And my sense was they were half human and half alien, and that they didn't have the same kind of connection with the emotional body that humans do. And so I was there to like love them and teach them what human kindness was, and give them that empathy so they could like evolve a little bit quicker or amalgamate. And I had no experiences, no reference points to any of this. And then, I've had, as we've gone on, I've had experiences like before I went on that property to go through enlightenment. I had the conscious memory of being shanghaied with this guy who was really important in the government, the secret government or something. It was like a mafia type, and we were converted into cyborg bodies. And so our our soul and our minds and hearts and stuff were in this body that was synthetic. And it was, and we were, Marvin hates when I talk about this, but it was a real experience that I had. The person that I was connected to, the sociopath who was on the property with me, was all into that paranormal stuff. So I could tap into his psyche to have these experiences that were horrific. And this one was horrific because the loneliness of being in a synthetic body while being human is more lonely than you can ever imagine. Imagine being abandoned and rejected, magnified 1,000%. And so I learned a lot from that experience through being on the property with him. I learned that people who carry a lot of pain, lots of times they're using that pain to stay connected to their humanity. Because in that other experience, that alternative experience, there is no physical pain. There's only anguish. So the upgrade for a human is to physical pain because they're still carrying the engrams of the horrific experience I had on some level. I don't know where it happened. Marvin always asked me, was it a physical experience? Was it the future, the present, whatever? Doesn't matter. There is no time and space in those realms. And I'm addressing it beyond time and space. I'm also addressing it from a higher vantage point of being taken out of your body or your life in the physical and being visited on. My sense is there's nefarious beings out there and there's really spiritual beings out there. And Marvin says, well, why are there so nefarious energies out there if humans are supposed to be all love and light? So I think humans are getting it wrong. I think they're thinking that outside of the earth realm, that consciousness is more evolved. It's just more of the same. It's like anything that you can find on earth as far as consciousness, you can find out there as well. There's a difference between transcending earth and the physical and transcending to higher consciousness beyond the lower worlds. So anything that's in the lower worlds is still corruptible, and space is part of the lower worlds. So that was that. What else, babies? You had other questions about it.
Well, see, the thing about this dude that was on the live stream was that he was describing in intimate detail his experience. And the thing that struck me is that, either presumably inadvertently, but in the description of all of this stuff, it's kind of feeding that into the collective. And so
absolutely.
So our thought process immediately is, rather than sort of instilling fear and various other things into the collective from this experience that this person had, it's important that we address those malevolent intentions. And so to the extent that there are benevolent beings, one of the questions that I was asking Jen is, are there genuinely malevolent beings that are really here to...
So yes, there is. And humans have the tendency to stay at the vantage point where they have an experience at. So what the intention of this whole thing and this whole videotape and the sharing of this is to change the vantage point from victim consciousness to the vantage point I'm at, where they're badass terrified of me. They stay away from me, the negative energies, because they know on a whim I can knock them on their ass. So I'm going to teach you guys how to knock them on their ass right out of your energy field. And oh, by the way, let's do that for everyone. But yeah, when I was on the property going through enlightenment, I was actually doing dynamic work for the planet as well. So it's so surreal that I was doing energy work back there. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing it in energy and feeling around and doing it. And later found out that it was something real, that people out there ascribe to this. So in energy, I was seeing these discs on the earth or whatever. And what they were is kind of like the chakras of earth. And they were corroded with these, for lack of a better word, reptilians. I don't even know. I don't give it much credit. And so what I was doing in energy while I was there was blasting out these reptilians and knocking them off the chakras of earth. And I go back and I realize that I was actually doing something there. And that there were the guy who locked me up was convinced that all the neighbors were Illuminati. He thought they were star people and they wanted me there. And it seemed to be the case because they read my thoughts. Like I didn't know that I was locked up there. And when I found out I was like not able to go, I wanted to leave. And then the sociopath wouldn't let me leave. And these neighbors would come over and they'd give him directions to make me work hard. They wanted me to go through enlightenment. They wanted that upgrade, but they were afraid of me as well. They thought I was in control. I didn't realize I had that power back then. So one day the neighbor came over and they wanted me to like have a power saw to take down the trees. And I was thinking to myself, well, I just want to chop my wrists off and I can end this right now. And he basically knew what I was saying. He goes, gee, I want to give you that power saw, but I'm afraid you'll hurt yourself with it. You have to promise me you won't do that. And so they seemed, that's just one example, but they knew what I was thinking and everything. And I know this sounds surreal and stuff, but it was connected to the government as well, because the neighbors living next to me was the daughter of the fourth person in line to be president at the time. So it was really interesting because the Secret Service were there and they would tell me to go over there. They would make me go over there and placate me. And I at one point I was sitting there, the Secret Service were around, and no, this is not a story. I mean, this is real. And I was sitting there with the fourth person in line, the president, and they were all leaving us alone. And he held my hand for a minute, and his hand felt like a live wire, like the electricity going through his hand. I've never felt that in a human being before. And it was so surreal. And for some reason, it was set up that I do that. And I still don't understand the whole picture of it, but that was necessary. This is part of the stuff from being locked up for that year and going through enlightenment that I don't talk about, because it doesn't serve in mainstream. But being on that call with Jeff Mara and seeing so many people having these experiences and suffering as the victim. Now, this guy thought he got visited by these two beings and they weren't positive. They were the negative kinds. I mean, you want to do some energy work, do the energetic cleanse on the cat people, because that was the race and that experience that had duped us and took us to that planet to be turned into cyborgs. And I'm told that there's some positive cat people, but I haven't experienced those yet. And so so if you want to check that out, see if you feel any energy in doing the energetic cleanse with the cat people. And if you come back and you want to do more, I can give you more taps like that one. But so Georgette is joining us. And the night before last, I had nightmares the whole night long, nightmares, and it was like really nasty. I woke up in a bad mood. I was bitchy to Marvin, which never happens. But there was something
never.
and
It's
there
just
was
it's just the energy.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. I can blame anything on the energy. It's so cool, you guys. Oh, it's not me. They're trying to get it. They're trying to work against us, which is actually really true because
Yeah. So you had a troubled night.
yeah, but connecting with Georgette had a experience that night too, and she's new to the group, and she's doubting whether she can hang with us because she feels those things. If you guys can reassure her at some point, those ego things that come out. Apparently, I make people uncomfortable at one point or another. Not sure how that happens, but Teresa's mentioned it, and maybe Mike or Michelle or whatever. Quit smirking, Jody. You haven't even been around me enough to like smirk that much.
All right. So just getting back onto the topic though.
Okay. So she's dealing with something real. Now, Marvin, what was my point? Marvin asked me about the fear and stuff or whatever. And are these things real, or are these people just crazy? So that's what humans do. They listen to someone's story, and then they either assess it as, well, there's something to it, or they're crazy. Those are the two choices. How about if they're having the experience, it's real. It's real to them. It's real on some level. Validate them by saying it's real, and then don't, A plus B equals C. Don't tell them what C is before you know what A and B is. And Marvin doesn't know what I mean by that. So when don't come to the conclusion that they're 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 messed up, because that's what was happening on the chat line. Everyone said he's crazy. That's coming to a conclusion. Don't come to a conclusion. Figure out the person, their story is A. C is whatever you can do to resolve them and make them feel better. And B is what we've got to figure out. So assume that everybody is valid in their story and figure out what you can do without judgment to bring relief to them. And this is great energy work. So what we're going to do with, yeah, you got that? A plus B equals C now, babies?
No, sorry, but I think the point, and you need to continue your thing, but what we're going to be doing in the B on this call is to take the higher vantage point and deal with the issues so that people, those that have these experiences aren't sort of caught in sort of the victim fear kind of mindset.
Right. But you can do this, you can use this for anything. Don't ever come to the conclusion that someone is messed up unless, they need medical help in that moment. But that's not the case. People are having valid experience. Figure out how those valid experiences. And after Marvin asked me that, the adepts have given me an answer to that, but I want to hear what Georgette says for a little bit, and just tell them what happens to you or what happened to you the other night without dumping too much. Okay.
Okay, I'll try my best.
You're fine. Doing this with us is what the energies, whatever the energies are doing to you, they want to prevent you from having a group support of badass energy workers. You have the support of badass energy workers. Nothing's going to happen to you now, because once it's out there, we're going to knock them on their ass out of your energy field. If you can't do it alone, we'll do it with you. That's all that's happening in here. So you're safe now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. So I have been trying to work, through it and with it. But it happens in dream state for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I wake up with marks on my body. And so it's hard to tell sort of exactly, because I'm quite a dreamer. It's just natural life for me. So, there's quite a sequence that ends up happening. And so, it's a nightmare, but it's very real.
What happens?
And so, well, for example, I'll be taken somewhere in the sense of like, you know, I was being hung upside down and I could just hear like water all around me, like as if I'm being taken through water. But I'm
Did you know that
being held up.
did you know that water is one of the sounds of the levels of consciousness?
No,
What
I
level
didn't.
is water, Therese, Mike, Michelle? Is it the astral or causal?
Can't remember. I don't know.
So running water is one of those natural sounds of the higher planes. So
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do have a sense that it does happen on an astral plane, but then I'll wake up with marks. So
yeah.
there'll be like I was captured. Actually, there were lions in the dream. There were lions in this place. So it sort of happens in a soft way where, you know, it's just a normal dream state, and then it will flip and change. And so I was in this place, there was lions, I was walking the lions, and then we went into, I was being held. So I had no control over the situation. All of a sudden, I've got like metal things that are sort of sticking into places on my body. It's agony, it's absolute agony. And then there's a sequence of, you know, being directed to do certain things.
Like what?
Well, in this instance yesterday, it was like I was being taken to like be part of an army. I don't know how else to explain it, but I was
That's
being
so
taken
cool.
to be part of an army, and
So, but that's
but
what
I'm like a slave, but I'm a
But that-
slave, like I'm a, go,
yeah. Let me say something.
sure.
That's what I always say about being converted into a cyborg army. But
Okay.
so you know what's happening with this thing is you're traveling from the astral plane into the causal plane. Lots of these so far, these are your past life engrams of being the lion's cage. And when you have all those metal things in you, I see you surrounded by natives, and they're poking their spears in you and won't let you move, and they're pushing you along with their spears. So
And that's exactly what it felt like in my, because I was really in pain with my ribs, and that's
okay,
what
good.
it exactly felt like. Yeah. So
So
sorry,
when
you
did
said it's from the astral to where? Sorry,
the
I didn't
causal
quite
plane?
understand.
So if you die and go to the next plane, is the astral plane, and if you died in the astral plane, the next plane would be the causal plane, and that's where all your past life memories are kept. Well, but how? I don't understand how this is. This isn't like you being taken or abducted by alien beings or anything. So
Well,
far.
I always wake up with a mark on my
Okay.
arm, so I'm not,
Okay, good.
you know, yeah.
So what
You
kind of
know, like
mark?
I've got like it's like a brand. It's like, actually, it looks like one of the hieroglyphs. It's like a
So
line, then a loop, then a line, but it's tiny, tiny, tiny. So I've got a magnifying glass that I can actually see it.
okay. So good. You're branded in a past lifetime, and that's on your causal body. So you have a causal body that correlates with your causal plane, and the brand is still on your causal body. So good. We can remove that brand from your causal body. That's great. So we'll do
Because it's
some
actually,
what?
sorry. Well, it's next to another brand that I have that's like 4 little marks. So it's on the same spot where I've got another brand.
Yeah, so that's what happens. That's good to know, because that's what happens when you get injured in a past lifetime. Say in one lifetime you're choked to death. You'll start to get those injuries in that same area of the body over and over again. So sometimes when people were hung to death, they were choked to death, they were decapitated, they had their necks broken, they had their necks slitted. It creates a weakness on your body. So it sounds like you were branded in another lifetime in a similar spot, because it started to like become a target point for that kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
we can do some of this work on this with you if you want.
Okay. Sure.
But the thing, so I thought this was about an abduction, but this is, and I'm wondering if this happens to people, they're experiencing their past life traumas and they have no reference point in it. Is one thing that's happening. Another thing that's happening is this is real, because Marvin was asking me, why is there such, fear? What? And this is what the adepts told me. Oh, wait a minute. The guy who was on the call, he said that these nefarious beings were implanting something in his DNA that was going to destroy him in a couple of years. Was that right, Marvin?
Something like that. Yeah.
So I go, okay, let's use that information. Let's do tabs to remove all implementations from the human DNA. So I put that tab out there, but we can do that one as well. But what Georgette is talking about now is just, a lot of it is just the experience of upgrading her awareness and stuff. But what's happening with a lot of people who are having experiences with UFOs and stuff is, you guys know what the pleasure principle is in the brain? It's a part of the brain that like makes you feel good. And advertisement is a squillion-dollar business to make you associate feeling good with something like whatever they want, a new car or Pepsi or Coke, it's the real thing, or whatever, Nike's new sneakers and stuff. So that's how they get you to buy stuff. It's it induces the part of your brain that feels good from those things. And so I was just thinking about that, and then I realized that, well, if there's a pleasure principle, there's this fear, because I do medical intuitive too. There's this part of the brain that has a fear aspect to it that you can poke or prod. And people who are working so hard to manipulate individuals into doing what they want them to do, of course, probably have the technology to induce fear into the brain, almost like put a pin into it. You know how, like when you're doing a what are those things when you work on a body, you can poke a
Acupuncture?
little, no, a dead body, you're like an autopsy, you do in school. What are they called?
Anyway,
You
just
do a
don't get hung up.
dissection.
Okay.
A dissection. So when you're dissecting a frog, there's a part of the frog you can poke, and then his little arm moves, right? And he's dead. So the same way that works, there's something in the body that can be triggered to trigger you in fear. So a lot of people, why aren't people awakening? That part of their brain that's triggered in fear could be being prodded. And that's what we want to address this morning as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be, what, Jody? Say something.
Oh, yes. It makes sense.
Trace?
Well, Jen, I don't want to confuse things, but I wanted to bring this up because, 3 hours, 6 hours before I got that tap from you with the DNA from I we listened to your session and you mentioned Mesopotamia. So I look up ancient Mesopotamia and I see this sculpture of, can I say it? Is it going to be
Yeah.
distracting? I see a sculpture of 5000 BC of a head of a reptilian and a human body, and they are breastfeeding a human. And I thought, to me, it was like, oh, okay, so they did come and they did infiltrate. To me, it was like, next, I don't even follow this stuff. I'm not into this kind of thing.
Right.
But in the moment, it was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. And then boom, I get your tap. And it's like, whoa, now it's like there's something going on. And then there's resistance to go into the trees to get the, so there is something to there's something going on. I don't know what.
Yeah. And the key is that we all get a little piece of it. So what happens is we think, oh no, we're just crazy. Oh no, we're just in pain, or we're just having a nightmare or whatever. But the goal of so many of us connecting and being in synergy is for us to get to a higher vantage point, to help each other stay in a higher vantage point, and not to rescind in fear. Because that's part of awakening. That's what awakening is choosing love over fear. Spiritual law is like the spiritual law of love conquers all karma, all fear, right? So what we're doing now is assisting Georgette, because Georgette didn't want to be in the group anymore because she thinks that this thing is preventing her from being in the group, which it might be, but because your level of awakeness is almost related to your level of being fucked with. So the more you're being fucked with, the more you know that, wow, there must be something about me that they don't want me to know my own truth. I wonder what they're afraid of. And the they is like, it doesn't matter who you think they is. It could just be, natural, cause and effect, right? So that's part of what we're addressing right now. But the cool thing is, the thing that we want people to understand is, you don't have to, people are fascinated with these things and they use this for entertainment and they feed in the story, but we've already been programmed and conditioned to be entertained by violence. You go into any toy store, what do you see, Angela, in any toy store? You see guns, and you don't see creative things. There's a phase of it, but you see dollies that need taken care of, women, and guns, and ways, and all the games are training us to destroy things. So we're being conditioned to fear. We're being conditioned to violence, fight or flight. There's two options. Humans, should I tell them about the books, baby, or is that too much?
Tell them about the what, sorry?
The books, you said it was too much.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever heard of the reconnection? Okay. Can I just go into it a little bit, babies?
Yeah. And then we want to do the energy work to kind of clear all of this stuff.
Okay, but yes, but part of clearing it is truth and raising their awareness of it, so they don't have to think, oh, I just got this experience, so it must be real as me being a victim. Where if they can change their vantage point of it, it can help. So this was a book I knew about 25 years ago. It's called The Reconnection Theory, or whatever, Reconnection. And the premise is that Earth has been a worn planet, they're primal, and so at one time they had higher beings on them, and they were at war with another higher beings from another planet. The other planet left Earth, and they left the Earthlings here, but they didn't want them to go back into space to continue the war out in space. So what they did was they stunted the DNA of humans from a 12-stranded DNA to a 2-strand. And that's why humans haven't been able to get out of the war consciousness, because they're dealing on such a limited genetic piece. Did you read that? Did you read that book, Angie?
No, but I somehow feel I did at some
Okay.
point.
So this resonates. So what I've done over the years, because I'm not one to just take information, I'll use my imagination. And I went to this one guy who did body talk, and he reconnected the DNA from a 2-strand DNA to a 12-strand DNA or beyond that. So I was doing that for people in the task. I was reconnecting them from a 2-strand DNA to a 12-strand DNA. But also, here's something you can do at night when you want a visualization to do. Visualize. Any of you who do creative work, Michelle or whatever, or I would crochet as a child. I would crochet forever. Like other people had friends and recreation and stuff. I would sit there like an idiot and just crochet all through my teenage years. I didn't realize what I was actually doing. I was actually reknitting the DNA of humans from a 2-strand to a 12-strand. So even before I knew what I was doing, I go back into that experience of knitting, and I'm going in and upgrading the DNA of everyone. So I imagine crocheting or knitting in golden threads or of light. And that's a visualization you can do. And you don't have to make it like, you don't have to say, I'm going to make my mother better and do it to him. Just do it with a slight intention of uplifting humanity. Another thing the book said is like people like in the Middle East who were hell-bent on war, their two strands was fractured. So there were those who are hell-bent on war are working on a 1.5 strand of DNA. But if you're going to go by that guy who was in the group about something inflicted into his DNA, we can do a tap for that. We can remove. What was the tap, Therese? I asked you to bring it.
I didn't know that. I'll pick it up.
No,
1 second.
I can recall. We remove all nefarious intentions planted in our DNA in our moments. Can you do that, Marvin?
I'm gonna have to mute everyone, or just tap
No,
along.
they
without...
just tap along.
Yeah. So what's the tap?
We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in our moments.
We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in all moments. We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in all moments. We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in all moments. We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in all moments. We extract all nefarious intentions implanted in our human DNA in all moments.
Is anybody this too freaky for?
No.
Because if you're gonna like change your vantage point to be omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, you have to deal with all the arrays of consciousness, and this is just dealing with that.
I got a question. Can everyone else hear the audio clicking in and out, or is it just on my recording? So that's interesting because I'm actually the one recording this, and I'm fairly certain that there is some energy being done to try and break up the recording, because this is meant to help a lot of people.
We knock all interferences on their ass in all moments.
So you're gonna have to repeat it because I'm only getting half of it.
We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments.
We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments. We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments. We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments. We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments. We knock all interferences out of our energy and on their ass in all moments.
Okay, we extract something about help me word this, you guys. We want to remove from the brain. We extract all interferences, all energies triggering the fear response in a moment.
Okay, Jen, I think you're going to have to do these taps because I'm seriously only getting about 20%. And I hope the recording is intact, but I'm not sure.
I actually heard my voice on yours, so we extract all energies triggering the fear response. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in all moments. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in humans in all moments. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in all moments. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in all moments. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in all moments. We extract all energies triggering the fear response in all moments.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to pause the recording, and I just want to see if that's going to help stabilize the audio, because this is just too important to lose this recording. So just give me 1 second. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Jen.
We knock all nefarious races out of our energy in all moments. We knock all nefarious races out of our energy in all moments. We knock all nefarious races out of our energy in all moments. We knock all nefarious energies.
Races.
We knock all nefarious races out of our energy. Where'd Therese go in all
Don't know.
moments?
Let's just keep going.
Don't do that, Therese. Not during a tap like this. Don't freaking disappear on me. We knock all nefarious races out of our energy in all moments. We knock all nefarious races out of our energy in all moments. Now this is supposed to be interactive, so if you guys get a nudge, wow, we should do this tap. Just raise your hand on the thing and say, can we do this one? Can we do that one? Because it's not supposed to be the Jen show, right?
I think Therese has a suggestion.
Yes,
Some-
Therese?
What makes us, whatever makes us vulnerable to nefarious, whatever weaknesses,
Wait,
whatever.
you just, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I lost it. What was I thinking? Shoot. You were overcompensating for me saying that, so you wanted to come up with something, and so you knocked me off. Okay, let's do that. We remove. I don't know. Word it for me. This is yours. Word it.
All weaknesses in our Wei Qi or energy fields that make us vulnerable.
Okay. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. We repair all weaknesses in our energy field in all moments. Now, when Georgette, when you talk about those marks on your arm, this is just one explanation, but this is what comes through when I tap into what's happening with you. I play this little video game. It's stupid. It's like a Looney Tunes, right? It's a cartoon little block puzzle, and I play it for hours because it's I'm too tired to sleep because I work too much in the sleep, and I'm so tired from being awake that this is how I phase out this stupid little game. And when you get a level completed, the whole gang of them, they're like bounced up like on a trampoline, and they're like free falling in space, and then they fall down. Every single level, I feel that. I feel my own energy as they do that. So my energy is doing that with them. Am I explaining that right? It's like when I see these little cartoons free falling on a trampoline, I feel that feeling of free falling. If it's doing that with that little trampoline cartoon, they inserted that in the game on purpose. They know how to elicit a response. And what it means is that your energy is capable of creating any experience that is induced into it. So I wouldn't be surprised if your own ego or your own sense of self was being instructed to do that for you. And if that it's fear-based, but it's also a causal, you're seeing your causal body in that mark. You might be, sometimes I'm awake in my astral body and I don't know that I'm awake. Myron says I'm snoring, but I think I'm sitting there tossing and turning. I don't know that I'm asleep or awake or whatever. I'm in my astral body. I'm getting a sense you're doing that in your causal body. So you're there looking at your causal body and you're not aware that it's your causal body. And you're seeing these marks on your causal body and it looks and feels just like your physical body. Because the goal of being omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent is to align all your different bodies, all your different experiences. You have a body that correlates with every level of consciousness. So what we're doing with the SFT tapping, by using this book of life to learn how to do these tasks for ourselves, is we're aligning the etheric body with the mental body, with the causal body, with the astral body, with the physical body. So when we see things in our physical eyes, we're actually seeing them from the physical, astral, causal, mental, and etheric eyes all at once. And then they can seem like all physical because we're having experiences beyond our ability to be aware of them. Does that resonate at all, George?
Well, it's a relief. I'll say that. I'd much prefer it to be that than anything else. Yeah, that makes sense.
How about doing these? We release being taken in all moments.
We
Who's
release
doing
being
them?
taken in all
Okay.
moments. We release being taken in all 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 moments.
We release being branded in all moments.
We release being branded in all moments. We release being branded in all moments. We release being branded in all moments. We release being branded in all moments. We release being branded in all moments.
We remove all engrams of being in the lion's cage in all moments.
We release.
We remove
Sorry,
all engrams.
We remove all engrams
of being in the lion's cage.
Of being in the lion's cage in all moments. We release all
We remove all engrams.
We remove all engrams of being in a lion's cage in all moments.
The lion cage. It was the one you were in. We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments.
We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments. We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments. We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments. We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments. We remove all engrams of being in the lion cage in all moments.
You know, the
We
really
really-
cool thing, so just if I could say really quickly, the really cool thing is that the audio is cleared up. So I wonder if these taps are giving a whole bunch of relief to a whole bunch of people, not only Georgette.
Yeah, that's the plan. We release internalizing the torture in all moments.
We release internalizing the torture in all
Oh,
moments.
can you say trauma? Because some of
So-
it's not
oh,
torture, it's
sorry.
trauma. You said it
Okay.
with the way I said it, but change it.
Okay. We release internalizing the trauma in all moments.
Try not to
We
say it
release-
with your question. So in Oz, you end sentences with a question. Try not to do that. And I know it's part of the but we release internalizing the trauma in all moments.
We release internalizing the trauma in all moments. We release internalizing the trauma in all moments. We release internalizing the trauma in all moments. We release internalizing the trauma in all moments. We release internalizing the trauma in all moments.
Do you know why some nationalities are like the go up at the end? They're softening their energy. One of the reasons Americans come across as so rude, besides the fact that they are rude in lots of times, is because they end their energy with a hard like command. So we're going to do that one over, and I'm going to do it like an American would say it. So when you go trauma, what you're doing at the end is you're trauma, you're closing off your energy with the M, but then trauma, when you go up like that, you're opening up your energy a little bit to soften it in sound frequency. And so what I'm going to do is close it right down with the way I say it.
Okay.
What was the tab again?
We release internalizing the trauma.
Okay, do this again with me from the way I do it. We release we release internalizing the trauma in all moments. We release internalizing the trauma. No, we release internalizing the trauma. We release internalizing the trauma in our moments. We release internalizing the trauma in our moments. So do you see that reaction? That's actually energy and stuff. That's energy releasing from that. I'm going to do the taps from now on because we have to knock it out at a higher vibration. But we're going to do the exorcism taps, the expunging negativity taps. And I'm going to do them now. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that cause us to internalize trauma in our moments. How many people saw their energy body or an energy body corroded with energies? Anyone? Okay. We'll do the second one of that, and then we'll go from this. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in all moments. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that cause us to internalize trauma to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. Is anybody experiencing this? Are you guys getting a sense of how this is good?
Got the goosebumps.
Oh, good. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy. Now, this can be our individual energy or the Earth's energy or this galaxy's energy, okay? So we're doing this for the microcosm and the macrocosm. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that corrode our energy in our moment. We command all complex energy matrices that corrode our energy to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that corrode our energy to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command, oh God.
Oh my God.
We command all complex energy matrices that corrode our energy to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that corrode our energy to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that corrode our energy to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. So many of us have lost our voice. It was like plugging up our voice and our heart chakra. How's this doing for you, Georgette?
Well, it's definitely a big difference. I can see how when I've been doing the taps before, it's been a little bit ineffectual, and I can see now with the sound.
Oh, because
how
of
that
the
works.
because of your accent. Good.
Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling the body free up now.
Okay, good. That's good information, actually. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear. In our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that induce fear in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that induce fear to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that induce fear to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that induce fear to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that induce fear to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that induce fear to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. Okay, so I'm getting an image of what happens as far as these energies, whether it's an advertisement, whether it's just part of the process, or if it's actually a nefarious intention. What's happening is your engrams of past life trauma are being triggered. So that's why your story can be different. like everyone has a different story of abduction or whatever. What it does is it goes into your own personal archives of what terrifies you, triggers that to make that experience so horrific that you can't bear it. And it'll be different things to different people. Audrey, what's that puzzled look on your face? I can't hear you.
No, sorry, I'm just releasing. So I was
Okay.
trying to stifle a yawn.
Oh, don't stifle it. Let it out.
Okay.
Don't stifle. How about this? We release all causal. Angela, you okay? Are you releasing? I can't hear you. Can you?
Yeah, I was releasing from my throat.
You felt that.
Yeah.
As it's releases from your throat, let it keep going and release from your heart chakra.
Okay.
We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. We unplug our throat and heart chakras in all moments. You know, it's the frustrating part. People all over the world are going to be feeling this release, and then some superficial dweeb who's good at social media is going to put out something, and everyone's going to like glom onto them, like, oh wow, they're amazing, they just did this release for us, and they have no idea what's really going on. We're going to remove all the Akashic records that are all the causal records that are being triggered, instead of just, because that's what's happening. We extract and dissolve all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. We extract and dissolve all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. We extract and dissolve all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. We extract and dissolve all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. We extract all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. We extract all causal records that are being triggered in all moments. Yeah, I just got really nauseous and dizzy from that one. I wonder if it's a moose light. Something else just came up, and I. We release. How about this one? We release being distracted from our awakening by UFOs. How's that? We release being distracted from our awakening by UFOs in all moments. We release being distracted from our awakening by UFOs in all moments. We release being distracted from awakening by UFOs in all moments. We release being distracted from awakening by UFOs in all moments. We release being distracted from awakening by UFOs in all moments. So let's do one more set of exorcism taps for all those distractions from our awakening. And then maybe we can talk about this a little bit, and then we can do the tabs that we wrote up yesterday for this one. Does that sound good, babies?
Sure, we're getting towards, well, moving towards 1.5 hours. So yeah.
Are you guys okay with doing more?
Mhm.
Yes.
We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFOs to distract us from awakening in all moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFO to distract us from awakening in all moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFOs to distract us from awakening in all moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFOs to distract us from awakening. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFOs to distract us from awakening in our moments. We send all energy matrices into the light and sound that use UFOs to distract us from awakening in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that use UFOs to distract us from awakening to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that use UFOs to distract us from awakening to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that use UFOs to distract us from awakening to be escorted into the light and sound. In our moments, we command all complex energy matrices that use UFOs to distract us from awakening to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments. We command all complex energy matrices that use UFOs to distract us from awakening to be escorted into the light and sound in our moments.
Can I just say, Jen, that thank you so much, because there's the only alternative for, say, my experience is to think that it is from, you know, a UFO, because there's no other explanation, you know. So you're for the first time giving, you know, a true account. And so, yeah, I just want to put that out there, because I've searched for years for understanding. And the only thing that is out there is, you know, that alternative.
Right.
So,
and we're not invalidating anyone's experiences in doing this. We're just saying, you know, okay, do these taps and see how the experiences change if they do, and see if it's, from my experience, the space people that I know are just higher beings that are trying to uplift humanity. And all these nefarious things that other people experience, I don't experience. Right. I mean, I did when I was with the sociopath, and through his, he was terrified of everything. And I learned about the different races through his psyche, but it's not something that I experienced. It's almost like my vibration might not be inducive to being controlled by them, because I've already learned from past lifetimes. So the only way I could learn about these fears and these intrusions is through someone else's psyche. Because people ask me, why did you hook up with this guy? And it might be just like everything else in my life. It was just learning experience. It was just research for what we're doing now. I'm sorry, babies. We got to do a couple more with these.
That's all right. Yep. No, that's fine.
We nullify. By the way, higher beings will not intrude upon you, right? So if something's intruding upon you, it's not of higher intention. Just because it comes through your own psyche doesn't mean that it's it's uplifting or it's for your betterment. So people need to discern if something is intruding upon them or obsessing them or making them afraid, it's not of the higher consciousness. So we nullify all contracts. What should we say with what, babies? Nefarious beings?
Sure.
With all
Or you could say
nefarious.
malevolent beings if you want.
I like nefarious is a softer vibration than nefarious. That's why I use nefarious, because like the F word is like really harsh. We nullify all contracts with all how about with all intruders, energetic intruders?
Cool.
We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in all moments. Oh, I'm saying them. You want to say them, baby? No, I'm supposed to
No,
say them.
you're stronger.
Yeah, well, just in the energy, I get to where it is. I'm not stronger per se, but for this it is. We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in our moments. We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in our moments. We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in our moments. We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in our moments. We nullify all contracts with all energetic intruders in our moments. Okay, part of me is saying that we need to do the whole energetic cleanse right now, for the most part, with all energetic intruders.
Oh, wow.
Are you guys okay with that? And then we might have to get to this as homework, and then maybe we can do this together next time.
The cool thing about these taps is that they shift the vantage point from, clearing nefarious intentions and, whatever into, getting us back into a perpetual state of, do you want to just read it, run through the list? Joy, love, abundance, freedom. Do you want to go through them all? Because then people actually can you
not right now. I'm on something
Okay.
right now. And what did you want from me? I'm trying to hold my space
No,
and
that's
energy
fine.
where
You,
we were.
you go.
What were we doing the taps on? Energetic intruders.
Intruders.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's just I feel a strong urge to do more on these first. But so
you're actually going through the entire energetic cleanse?
The ones that the absolutes. So I'm not going through it verbatim. I'm going to skip around.
Right.
Watch this. We strip all. It's on page 38 in the SFT book. Can you hold up the book, babies? So what you would do is get this book, and on page 38, you would put the phrase energetic intruders and do all those taps. But we're just going to do some of them now because it's so strong to do together. We strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in all moments.
Do you want me to do
We
this?
strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in all moments. We strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in our moments. We strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in our moments. We strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in our moments. We strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders in our moments. So by doing that tap, they give me information. I get information and energy of what's going on. So what's going on is really lonely, pathetic, not pathetic people, but feeling pathetic people. Their ego is stroked through these energetic intruders. Like, you're not, you're special in how, your connection with us. So it takes you to the depths of despair. So what we're saying is, you are special if you're feeling this amount of pain, but not because you're feeling the pain and not because you're having experiences in pain, but because on the other side of that, you're so strong and empowered. Where being stroked by these energetic intruders are keeping you trapped in that experience because you're relying on the energetic intruders for your self-esteem, for your empowerment, which is the lie. Does anybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we strip all illusion off of all energetic intruders yet?
Yep.
We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release having our ego stroked by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being threatened by energetic intruders in all moments. So you hear those noises I'm making? Those are individuals that aren't on the call, but they're having the releases. And what I'm experiencing is, you know how Georgette explained that they had their spears all around her and had her cornered? That's what's happening to individuals all over the world. It's like they're being cornered by these energetic things and being manipulated. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. We release being cornered and manipulated by energetic intruders in all moments. So with the next one, we're going to shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us. But here's a visualization you can do instead of like just passive meditation. Visualize yourself in the middle of your core, and all your bodies are like these glass houses or glass, all these beliefs and systems are glass limitations on your glass ceilings. So imagine yourself in this core of all these glass ceilings, all these limitations, and then with your mind and heart intention working together, expound the love from your heart and shatter everything that's holding you back, and experience the glass shattering and experience just the ripping off of all those layers of limitations. For years, my symbol of shifting consciousness is when someone has broken glass around me. And then there's a broken glass or a broken window, and it's like, okay, there's a raise in consciousness. So that's we shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We shatter all glass ceilings that energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We eliminate the first cause, meaning think of all your experiences in a linear existence as a row of dominoes. You're going to eliminate that first domino that started your being inundated with energetic intruders. So we eliminate the first, should I do the long version, baby, and all subsequent causes?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to eliminate that first cause of being inundated with energetic intruders, but then we're going to eliminate all subsequent causes. So we're going to eliminate all the dominoes of dealing with energetic intruders. Okay. We eliminate, here's a tab. We eliminate the first, just hear it first once. John, just let it hear it first. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated with energetic intruders in all moments. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated with energetic intruders in our homes. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated with some energetic intruders in our moments. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated by energetic intruders in our moments. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated by energetic intruders in our moments. We eliminate the first cause and all subsequent causes of being inundated by energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all engrams and muscle memory. We remove all engrams and muscle memory of energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all engrams and muscle memory of energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all engrams and muscle memory of energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all engrams and muscle memory of energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all engrams and muscle memory of energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We sever all strings and cords between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove the hooks of all energetic intruders from our beingness in our moments. We remove all vivaxis. Vivaxis is an energy pull where you're being sucked into it like a black hole. We remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders. No! We remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all. What is it, babies?
Vivaxes between
We
ourselves.
remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all vivaxis between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We recant all vows and agreements. We recant all vows and agreements between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We recant all vows and agreements between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We recant all vows and agreements between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We recant all vows and agreements between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We recant all vows and agreements between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and all blessings. A blessing has a short shelf life. When we just came to earth and we were whatever, and we thought maybe these guys were gods because they took care of us, and we thought of it as a blessing. Well, now it's a curse, right? We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. We remove all curses and blessings between ourselves and all energetic intruders in our moments. So while doing that one, I felt the love of benevolent space beings. It's almost like we've been so inundated with these scare tactics that we haven't been able to connect with the higher consciousness beings. So as we remove this, it doesn't mean that we're not going to have those connections with space beings, but it's going to be the good beings, the beings that are helping us benefit, the ones that are helping us to awaken and to be balanced on Earth. Does that resonate?
Yes.
We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic. What is it?
Intruders.
We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic intruders in all moments. We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic intruders in all moments. We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic intruders in all moments. We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic intruders in all moments. We dissolve all karmic ties between ourselves and all energetic intruders in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. We remove all the pain, burden, and limitations that all energetic intruders have put on us in all moments. So see how this is different than having to discern with the mind, which is ruled by the ego, and saying, oh no, this species is good, this one's bad, and try to figure it out from this vantage point. You don't have to. You just have to know who's not for your highest good and do the energetic cleanse on it in a vague way. That way, you're not sabotaging yourself. So now we're going to take back all the joy, love, abundance, freedom, health, success, security, companionship, creativity, peace, life, wholeness, beauty, enthusiasm, contentment, spirituality, enlightenment, confidence, family, intellect, discernment, kindness, compassion, integrity, sincerity, empowerment, and confidence that energetic intruders have taken from us. Okay. We take back all that all energetic intruders have taken from us in all moments. Yes! We take back all that all energetic intruders have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all energetic intruders have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all energetic intruders have taken from us in all moments. We take back all that all energetic intruders have taken from us in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. We extract all energetic intruders from our sound frequency and our light emanation in all moments. Does anyone get a sense of the higher beings being able to get closer now? Do you see this as a blockage? Angie, do you feel that?
Yes.
We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We release resonating or emanating with energetic intruders in all moments. We transcend all 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 energetic intruders in all moments. There might be a little more than that. I don't think we need to do these on the page because we just did it in one hit, basically, except for maybe the last couple ones, but you guys can do these for homework. All we're doing is we're taking back all the joy that has been taken or coerced from us in all moments. You would have got these, Lauren, with your Zoom link, with the attachment. So you guys can go through all these, but we just did them in one hit. except for the last two, which we'll do. But Sally asked me a question about fractal experiences. Do you remember what that is, Sally? Can you word it for people? Yeah.
The session that was put on YouTube, at the very end, Jen had shared one of her past lives, which had to do, I don't know how much detail you want, but basically I had a huge resonance to that same past life when I had read The Mists of Avalon back a long time ago. I mean, to me, that was the most glorious part of my life, just feeling that again. So it could be just feeling the energy, or, you know, I have no idea. I'm not claiming that I was. It's just I had a connection.
Right.
And
so you were wondering about fractal experience, like, am I Lady of the Lake or are you Lady of the Lake?
or did I get like a tiny little bit, or was it just a good experience?
Don't let anybody else invalidate your experiences. So we don't understand how this works in the linear world. The answers to your questions that came through was like fractal experiences. Like, okay, think of like if we had a next lifetime, in our next lifetime, we had memories of Princess Diana, because everybody like had an experience with Princess Diana because she was so prevalent. So did we have the experience of being her, or did we have the experience of loving her? We all had that connection in some way because she was all over the place. So was ours the first? Were we the eye of the experience, or were we just a friend of hers, or were we just watching from television? What that's conveying is like, you know how the expression "we're all one," we are all one. Well, I changed that to "we are all everyone," because when you say we are all one, you're dumbing it down to one being. But the collective, the job of awakening is to resonate with every being out there. So we are all everyone. So in the macrocosm, we are both the Lady of the Lake. We are both Abraham. Everyone says they're Abraham Lincoln. Well, we're both Abraham Lincoln. We're both all of those experiences that we resonate with. The key is not to have a pissing contest who it is, but embrace it. Everyone is the Lady of the Lake. Everyone should embrace their goddess energy. How's that? It's not like it is in the linear world where I'm that and you're not. No, that's a difference between healing and higher consciousness and being in higher consciousness. It's like you don't have to be the one and only. There's no hierarchies in the higher consciousness. We are all of the same experience. So you could identify with both Lady of the Lake and with King Arthur and the marriage and everything about it. And it's absolutely correct. There's no invalidation, and you don't have to invalidate yourself, right? Personally, me and Marvin have a real strong connection to King Arthur and Lady of the Lake. And I've had, and Madame Blavatsky, I know I've been Madame Blavatsky in a past lifetime, but I've had people nasty. This man sent me a nasty thing. He goes, "You think you know her? Look at my girlfriend. Look at her. Look how much she looks like Madame Blavatsky." I didn't see the resemblance at all, but I didn't know she wasn't doing energy work. She wasn't doing writing. She wasn't doing anything for humanity. But they're hell-bent, and she's Madame Blavatsky. So she's tapping into the collective of the experience, and that's great. And so I wrote back to him and I go, "I'm happy for her. How awesome for her that she's Madame Blavatsky. Great. What's the problem?" I didn't see no problem, right? Does that help? And Ashna had a question, but I don't see her on the call, so she must have had to go.
I think she's just got a video off at the moment.
Okay. maybe she wants to do that on another week when we're not public. There she is. You had a
Yeah.
question for me and I didn't answer you, and I felt so bad that.
Oh, that's okay. You talked about how that you're out of the body a lot. And
Yeah.
I want more tips about how to stay in the body more, because
Well,
how do you
for
do
me, yeah, for me, before Marvin and still with Marvin, eat tons of junk food, tons and tons and tons of low vibration food,
Okay.
tons of ice cream, sugar, soda pop, fast food, and just I've realized that's what I've done to keep in the body. I don't know. For one thing, we're not supposed to be in the body, but once you figure it out, let me know, because this morning I woke up, and when I wake up, I'm living in, my body's dead. I literally had to bang my arm against the nightstand like that to try to get it to wake up. And in the middle of the night, I try to go to the bathroom, and Marvin's like, "What are you doing?" Because I'll sit on the bed and I'll just be sitting there for hours. And he'll say, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I'm trying to get in back in the body so I can walk to the bathroom." And it's like, yeah, so yeah, I suspect that you could do some research for us. You know, there's a chakra below the root chakra, right? There's the earth chakra that's
Yes.
in the ground. So I suspect it has something to do with that chakra, opening and connecting with that chakra.
Okay.
So maybe you could do some research for us about that.
Okay, I will.
Help me figure it out. I wonder, did we do all the tasks on the energetic cleanse for that, babies?
Oh, we didn't do all of them, but that's probably enough if that's okay.
Oh, actually, let's do the last two on that one. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We are centered and empowered. We are resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience,
Omnipotence.
omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. We resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all life in our omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence in all moments. Okay, maybe the song is coming through.
All right.
I always hate like that. It never gets old. How many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. You got me so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'm feeling fine. My head's underwater, but I'm feeling fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. I give you all One more tap. The Alpha and Omega reconnect in me and in us in all moments. The Alpha and why don't you do that one, babies?
The Alpha and the Omega reconnect in us in all moments. The Alpha and the Omega reconnect in us in all moments. The Alpha and the Omega reconnect in us in all moments. The Alpha and the Omega reconnect in us in all moments. The Alpha and the Omega reconnect with us in all moments.
In us. Do that last one, hold it.
The Alpha and the Omega reconnect in us in all moments.
Thank you. Take a deep breath. So anybody want to share what that feels like? Georgette? Come off mute if you want to, guys, and let's just process for a minute.
So there definitely feels like a safe barrier around me now.
Okay. So what's really cool is now you have a place when you have these experiences that are scary, you have a place to come, and instead of like recoiling in fear or, oh, I can't be part of the group. This is, I'm like a nuisance or whatever. Say, oh, I have research. I have more information here. Let's take this to the group and let's figure it out together, because a lot of people are suffering the way I am, and I can help research what's going on with them and bring an end to that suffering, right? So it shifts you from the victim to empowerment in just that little intention.
Yeah, that's a remarkably different approach for sure. Yes.
Absolutely. And that's what we're training consciousness to do. I mean, what else you gonna do? You're gonna be a victim? No, we're all tired of that experience. Sally, what about you? Okay. John?
Oh, good.
Do you need to process this? Did you watch your session again?
I watched the session that you and I did together. Yes.
Was it painful?
No, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
It was
okay.
actually it's easier when I watch it. the
I
second
know.
time.
I noticed that in you. So I can't be so hard on you for looking like a deer in headlights when you're doing a session, because you don't even like process it until afterwards.
Right.
Okay. I'll know that about you next time.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, I want to hear from Jody and Lauren and others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling warm and fuzzy. And before that, it was, vibrational. With the very last tap, I felt like this spiral, like go up.
Awesome.
But it feels very peaceful and calm, clear.
Good. You remind me of someone from my past that I used to do clowning with. I used to be a clown, and she forced me into being a clown. And we used to go to this spiritual retreat, this worldwide retreat, dressed up as clowns and sing like spiritual songs to the children. It was so humiliating, but it was wonderful. So you remind me of her all the time. Carmen?
Yeah.
Your yellow light went on, so I was wondering if you had something to say.
No, I enjoyed these taps. They were very powerful, and I'll continue working on them and doing energetic cleanses on the subjects. I think
Awesome.
It helps a lot of people.
Absolutely. And the thing is, so because we're doing the work here together, we've actually strengthened our connection. So you're safe to do the energetic cleanse with any topic, where in the past you would have thought like, oh, I'm going to get attacked for doing this, or I'm going to get threatened or whatever energetically for doing this.
I think that's
a good thing
that's what's empowering, is that you could take any subject, whether somebody is experiencing it or yourself, and it clears it.
Absolutely. And the beauty of it is there's a synergy and a protection in the group of us doing these. So if anybody's like suffering, like Georgette was suffering on her own, I mean, it'd be great if they joined the 5D forum and they got relief just by like, you notice how Georgette's not dumping all the issues on us. She's just feeding us information to help us, help her, and help others. So there's actually a training that goes on of accountability and stuff. And what's the difference between telling the story over and over again and just relaying information to do the work? Therese?
Oh, it was a powerful session. That's for sure. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, well, your light went on. That's the only reason. I thought you wanted to say something. Lauren, is there anything you need to?
No, I just feel really great, and I appreciate Georgette's vulnerability. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Yes. Do you feel safe here, Georgette?
Yes. Yeah, I do now. Yes. Thank you. And thank you, Lauren.
Michelle?
Powerful.
No, I'm not asking you to blow smoke up my ass. I'm asking you for anything that came through that we don't have yet. Because you get really amazing insights and you tell them to me privately, but if you could share them here, that would be better.
I really appreciated the releasing of the causal records. That was powerful for me.
Okay, that makes sense with, yeah. What about you, Mike?
When we were doing the taps, Jen, my body temperature went up. I was releasing heat.
Yeah. Good. All right. And Angie, you're good?
Yes, the mind is just very quiet.
Good. And what about you, babies?
So when we put this up on YouTube, I hope that a lot of people that are having experiences with potentially malevolent beings can, take an alternative perspective and not be a victim of that experience. So,
do you think we should share this with Jeff Mara and see what he thinks? Or see if he wants
not
to
sure.
share
I mean,
with
I can
us?
email him
Yeah.
and give him the link and see if that will help. Yeah.
Well, this was amazing, and it's so interesting because this came out yesterday of things to do, but this was just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm just minding my own business, just trying to have a nice life here, and then all this research, all this stuff comes through for you guys and for what we're going to do. And like, it's amazing when you guys, some of you sent me taps that we were supposed to do together. For some reason, I didn't get back to them and stuff. I don't know if you're offended that I didn't like do your taps. If you really want me to do your taps and I didn't do them, send them to me again. But otherwise, they're like already taken care of just by doing them. The exercise of doing the taps. Okay. All right. This was great, you guys.
Thank you so much. Look forward to the next session. What is it? Sunday, 3 p.m. New York time. So, yeah.
Yep. And then we have our Friday night thing. What's that?
Friday Night Live, 7 p.m. New York time. So we've got quite a number of people that participate and get a mini healing. So that's part of our outreach program.
It's going to have to be shorter again this time, only an hour and a half. So last time we went 2 weeks ago, we went 3 hours and it was amazing. But
that was a good session.
Yeah. So okay, you guys, thank you so much for doing the work and your strength and your love and your awareness. It's amazing. Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love
Bye
you
for now.
all.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.